Hello my sweet people, it's Rochelle. Thank you for tuning in to another video. On today's video, I will be making s'mores pie. Let's jump right into it, okay? So here I have some store-bought graham crackers that I'm placing into a Ziploc bag. And the reason being is I don't have a food processor. And if you don't have one, just do what I'm doing. Get a rolling pin or a heavy bottle or even a can and smash these graham crackers up. You want them to be as fine as possible. It's okay if there's a little bit of chunks, but as fine as possible is best. And this is what they should look like. Go ahead and melt your butter for a few seconds in the microwave. And then you just want to add your crushed graham cracker crumbs and your dark brown sugar. Dark brown sugar is what I use, but if you don't have that, use light brown sugar or use regular granulated sugar. Or you don't have to use sugar at all. You can just keep it simple, but I do like my crust to have a little bit of sweetness to it along with that buttery flavor. Okay, go ahead and grab your pie dish and place your graham cracker crust into it. I'm using my hand, and I'm also going to be using a small glass jar to basically press it in very firmly and to make sure that it's even, because we don't want any bald spots. If you get any bald spots, then your filling is going to seep through and it's going to burn. You don't want that because nobody wants to start from the beginning. Everybody just wants to go ahead and eat this pie, okay? Okay, perfect. Go ahead and pop it into your oven that you preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit just for a few minutes. Basically, you're doing this so that way the crust firms up, because again, you do not want your filling seeping through those cracks, okay? So here we have some semi-sweet chocolate. This is 8 ounces altogether, which is 4 ounces per pack. I use Ghirardelli because I like that brand, but I also like Hershey's. And whatever brand you want to use, if you want to use Nestle, whatever brand is fine. Basically, you just need 8 ounces of baking chocolate. If you're using chocolate as your main ingredient for your filling, I would honestly want a high quality chocolate. You can use regular chocolate chips, but I prefer using the bar, simply because it forms the way that I like when you melt it and when you bake it. So I'm just going to roughly break it up with my fingers, set it aside, okay? Grab your heavy whipping cream. You need 1 cup of this. Then bring it to a boil. Pour your hot cream over your chocolate and let it sit for 5 minutes. Don't touch it. Don't try to stir it. Just let it sit for 5 minutes in the hot cream. So if you haven't noticed, the video is sped up, but it has been 5 minutes that my hot cream has been sitting with the chocolate chunks. So I'm just going to give it a stir. And you want to continuously stir until it's very smooth and creamy. Okay, time to add my 3 large eggs, and I'm going to do so one at a time. Now, it would be better if you had a hand whisk. I don't have one, but I do have a hand mixer. So after I combine the eggs the best I can with my spatula, I'm going to use my hand mixer. And I'm not going to mix it for a long period of time, just so that the eggs and everything is combined. And it is also optional, I will say, you can add a little bit of vanilla just to amp up the flavor in your pie filling, okay? Okay, so my pie crust is completely cooled. I'm going to add in the filling. And it's really just as simple as that. After you add in your filling, you want to go ahead and pop it in your oven. I don't know if I mentioned this in my other videos or not, but whenever I bake, whether it's a cake or a pie, depending on how many I have, if it's just one, I always put it on the top or middle rack in my oven. I felt like I needed to mention that just in case you didn't know, simply because it bakes evenly. If you put it on the bottom, it will burn. So this is what it looks like. It has been about 25 to 30 minutes in the oven. As you can see, it cracked a little bit around the sides and it's raised up a little bit, but that's okay because once it cools, we're going to pop our marshmallows on top of it, okay? Try to get your marshmallows on it as evenly as possible. I'm going to place it in the oven on a low broil just to get that little bit of crispiness on top, if you know what I mean. Take a look. Y'all, this pie did not last long in my house. As you can see, this is not the first slice that I'm cutting, okay? We were ready to dig in. I was like, wait a minute. Let me take a video. Let me get a beauty shot or something of me cutting into this pie so that they can see the layers. How decadent and thick that chocolate layer is. It is so creamy, you guys. And the crust is crispy and buttery. And the top is very gooey. And it has that kind of toasted, smoky flavor that it would have if you were just roasting marshmallows over a fire, which is the whole point of a s'mores pie. So I hope you all try my recipe and enjoy. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and don't forget, the ingredients are in the description box along with the measurements. Until next time, bye-bye.